Hey family, welcome back. This is the Our Platform, a place to learn, a place to grow, a place to become, and a place to win ultimately. My name is Yewande Olapade, and I'm here to also learn alongside with you. The How Platform is not about videos alone. We have a website where we post our content regularly. The How Platform is more than a video. We want to partner with you along your journey. The How Platform is designed to partner with you along your journey in life, to partner with you along your journey in faith, and to partner with you along your journey in growth and in your becoming. Talking about becoming, in the last video, we touched on the principle of character. So for the past 10 videos, we've been touching on the principles that guide a successful life. We started with clarity, and in the last video, we focused on character, because your character is what you signal to your community. Your character is what you carry, is the effect that you generate on people when your name drops in a room. In today's video, I'm going to go further and focus on an important character. Because when it comes to building your community, yes, your character is key. We touched on the 5 V's that connect people to you. So we mentioned this 5 V, and in the last video, I only focused on 4 of those V's. So the first V that connects people to you are your values. The second V is your vigor, your passion about something, and another V is your vibe, your energy, the way you do things. And another V that we mentioned in that video was around your vision, where you are going. One V that I didn't mention is around the V that we're going to talk about today, is about confidence, your viva. Your viva. A man who doesn't know. A man who doesn't know. Because a man who doesn't know doesn't care. A man who doesn't know doesn't care about your opinion. A man who doesn't know doesn't care about what they carry. A man who doesn't know doesn't care about their title. A man who doesn't know doesn't care about what you care about them. A man who doesn't know doesn't care about what you feel about them. A man who doesn't know doesn't care about the capacity that they could become. Because a man who doesn't know is aware of the moment. A man who doesn't know advocates for himself. A man who doesn't know is passionate about becoming all they could become. Because a man doesn't know, only know one thing: the idea of the creator of the man who doesn't know. Confidence. That is the topic that we're going to talk about today. Confidence. Where does it come from? How do you become confident? What are the posture of confidence? Who are the confident people that comes to your mind? If you have ever been told that you are full of yourself, then this video is for you. And if you have ever been told that your insecurity is driving those choices, this video is for you. If you are the type of person that enters a room and the first person that you want to look out for is the best dressed in that room, this video is for you. And if you are the type of person that comes into a room, find the best dressed person and ignore them, then this video is for you. Because confidence is on a spectrum. You know, I mentioned the man who doesn't know. Confidence is on a spectrum. It's on a spectrum. Because on one end of the spectrum, you have pride. You're proud of your work. You're proud of your worth. You're proud of your skill. You're proud of your confidence. You're proud of your creativity. You're proud of your courage. You're proud of where you're going. You're proud of your values. And you talk about it a lot. You talk about it a lot, not to benefit people, but to brag about it in such a way that you benefit yourself. Pride. And on the other spectrum is insecurity. See, a tipping balance. Insecurity. Because you are insecure about your skill, you are not sure about your vision, you are not sure about your value. You are not sure about where you are going. You are not sure about your vibe. You are not sure about how people perceive you. You are not sure. Because you are insecure when you enter a room and a confident person is in that room. The question that you ask yourself is that who does she think she is? When you are proud and you enter a room, the question you ask yourself is that who is he, by the way? Confidence is the middle ground. Because when we talk about how we feel about ourselves, confidence is a product of self-awareness. Confidence is a product of self-knowledge, knowing yourself well. Because every one of us is going to be on this spectrum at some point. There are times that we are talking about ourselves a lot, that we are focusing about ourselves, we are bragging a lot just to get the attention to ourselves. And there are times that we are not focusing on ourselves. We are not highlighting our skills. We are not highlighting our confidence. We are not highlighting what we bring to the table because we don't want to draw attention to ourselves. Insecurity. Pride. Insecurity. Confidence is the tipping balance. You want to think of it that every one of us is going to be on this spectrum at some point. Your confidence is what pulls you back. When you are insecure and you are trying to focus on what you don't have, your confidence is going to draw you back and tell you, be proud enough to say and to focus on what you have. Confidence is the middle ground. Confidence is having a good mental sense of yourself, a good mental knowledge about yourself, a good mental capacity about how you can perform. Confidence is not something that just happened, like it just happened. No. Confidence comes in the process of doing. Confidence comes in the process of doing. When you start doing that thing, then you start gaining confidence. Everything that we have been talking about when it comes to the principle that guide a successful life are things that build your confidence. When you have clarity about where you are going, when you have clarity about your purpose, about your direction, you have confidence to pursue that direction, to pursue that goal, to pursue that business, to start that book, to publish that book. When you have clarity and your eyes is full of light and your ears is full of the truth, you are able to find some confidence to run after your dream, to run after your goal, to run after your passion. Confidence is produced in clarity. Another principle that we've talked on is courage. Courage comes from stepping in to step out. But when you are stepping in courage, you are finding your inner confidence. Your inner confidence to face that giant. Your inner confidence to overcome that inner doubt that is telling you that you can't do it, that nobody has done it in your family. Your inner confidence comes when you step in to find your inner courage. When you step in to find your inner courage, what you are actually going to find out of that is your confidence. And in this video, I'm going to touch on how you find that confidence. The third thing that we've touched on in this on principle that guide a successful life is your calmness. I spent a couple of time to touch on when to be calm and how to be calm. Be still and rest. Be still and know. Be still and learn. Be still and sit. Because confidence comes when you are self-aware. And you can't be self-aware until you are calm. And in your calmness, that is when you pay attention to yourself. That is when you are able to look inward and you look at your strength. You look at your weaknesses. And in your calmness, that is when you pay attention to how the vibration in your body is telling you about what you are feeling about that process or about that struggle. Calmness produces confidence. Because when you are calm and by yourself and you are alone by yourself, you are able to tune into yourself and find your courage and find your confidence. Because when you are by yourself, you are like a man who doesn't know. You are not paying attention to what others are doing. You are not watching what others are saying. You are listening to yourself. You are paying attention to what your mind, your spirit, your soul, and your body is telling you. And that produces confidence. That was what happened to Jacob at Peniel. Because when you are calm, you realize your strengths. And when you are calm, you realize your struggles. And in your calmness, you are able to form a strategy that helps you to overcome those struggles and highlight your strengths. That was what happened to Jacob at Peniel. He was lonely, he was by himself, but he found himself. Because you have to lose yourself to find yourself. You have to lose every sense of what you know to know more. You have to lose every sense of belief system or belief that people have projected on you for you to know what you believe about yourself. Because self-confidence means self-belief. You believe in yourself. You believe in your capacity. And that belief, the engine room that belief system is produced is in your calmness, is in your loneliness. I'm going somewhere. We stepped out in the principles that guide a successful life, and we move further to talk about consistency. And we say consistency is doing courage on repeat. Consistency is courage on repeat. When you want to build your confidence, you want to continue to repeat the process that works for your confidence. If what brings you some level of confidence is repeating what you are going to say in that presentation over and over, then that is your knack. Keep it and do it. If what gives you confidence is how you look, you're looking good. If looking good is what gives you that confidence, try to build on it. Don't make it your foundation. Don't make it the sufficient strategy, but build on it. Look good and show up and show off. Consistency builds confidence. Because when you repeat the process over and over again, you continue to become confident in it. As you may have noticed, the videos that we have been putting here keeps getting better and better. When I did my spiel in grad school in 2019, the spiel is what you have to do before you go on the job market. The job market is what any PhD in economics will go into, and that is when you send out your CV, and sometimes those interviews are very short. So you have to say what you want to say within a minute. That means you are presenting your job market paper, which we also call dissertation. You are presenting it within 1 minute. That means you have to be fast, you have to be concise, you have to be precise. And in that 2019, I remember several times I would stand in front of the mirror and would be repeating my job market paper. I studied the impact of the World Trade Organization on developing economies. I used a general equilibrium model that kind of looks at the impact on all the economy while looking at their trade across other countries, including the United States and China. I studied the impact of China joining the WTO on developing economies. I was able to repeat it over and over and over again. That even when I'm sleeping, if you wake me up, tell me about your job market paper, I will say it within 30 seconds. I can say it within 1 minute. I can say it within 3 minutes. Because we got to a point that we're trained to be doing that. Repetition, repetition, repetition. The job didn't come on time. After I finished my PhD, that job didn't come on time. I kept repeating it, repeating my spiel to myself, repeating it over and over again. And by the time I got so skillful in saying it, those jobs came. Because what you signal to your helpers is your character. But the packaging of that your character is your confidence. What you signal to your helper is your character. When people are looking for you, I've told you what they are looking for. They are looking for your values. They are looking for your vibe. They are looking for your vigor. They are looking for your they're looking for your vibe. They are looking for your values. They are looking for your vision, and they are looking for your viva. They are looking for your vivaciousness. They are looking for your confidence, because your confidence is how you package your character. If you are not confident in your communication, you are not going to be able to make any headway in ministry, in any endeavor. Good communicators are the ones that are driving the global economy. But when you continue to repeat what you want to say over and over again, you become confident. So confidence is what comes in the process of building all these principles. When you build your communication skill, you become a confident communicator. When you refine your clarity, you do not only have clarity for yourself, you become a person that is clarified about other people's direction and about other people's purpose. You know, when we talk about being able to, when we talk about consistency is process. You pay attention to the process, you pay attention to the skill, you pay attention to the system. When you ask all the TED talkers and all the good communicators, they have been so consistent enough that when they are entering the stage, they know what they are going to start, they know what they are going to do, they know where they are going to stay, they know the position they are going to assume, because they've practiced it into a point where it gets to a consistent level. I remember in the video when we're talking about consistency, I mentioned something that amateurs, they practice until they get it right. Once amateurs get it right, they move on. But professional, they practice until they don't get it wrong. They practice it over and over and over again until they don't get it wrong. And that is what builds confidence. There are things that human beings carry. You might be telling yourself, where am I going with all this? I've been laying the different aspects of confidence. And I said confidence is what comes as a result of all the other principles. If you don't want to be confident in yourself, just give me 1 minute. Let me convince you about what you carry. Because we started it in the last video that every human carry something. The first thing that you carry is light. You carry light. You carry light. The type of light that you carry depends on where you are generating that light. But you carry light. Every human carry light. Because when you enter a room, you bring some light. You bring some confidence. You bring some courage into people. You bring some clarity into people. Based on your competence, based on your experience, based on your exposure, you bring light. Every human carry light. Every human carries grace. Grace is a result, continual and consistent result in a particular area. When people have a continual, consistent, repetitive result in a particular area, don't tell me it is favor. Oh, don't tell me it's a fluke. They have grace in that area. When people have grace in that area, they do that thing over and over again easily. It comes easily. And every human has grace in one area. You may say you don't have grace to study economics. You might say you don't have grace to handle money. But maybe your grace is in the area of oratory power. You can talk and convince people. Your grace might just even be in making good cake that people look at and it brings joy into their heart. Every human carries grace. Your grace might even be in an area where you teach kids and they understand even complex topic. Every human has something. Remember when I was talking about the spectrum? There is pride in all that you got. You want to talk about yourself. You want to focus on yourself. There is insecurity. You don't want to focus on yourself. Confidence is the knowledge that you know you have something, you carry something, and you highlight what you carry. The third thing that human carry is power. Without an human coming into a space, nothing moves. Nothing moves until somebody moves. Nothing moves until a human being moves. If God wants to do anything on this earth, until a human moves, nothing moves. And prayer moves things. Prayer moves people. Because when you pray, what moves the structure moves. When you pray, the system moves. When you pray, your mindset moves. And when you pray, people move. And you better be moving by the time people move. Because you don't want your people that have been sent to your destiny to move ahead of you. You don't want people to be the one to tell you what you are capable of. It's already too late. They can confirm what you are capable of. They can confirm the power that is within you, but don't let them be the one to tell you the power that is within you. There's a lot of story that is coming to my mind. I don't want this video to be too long. I remembered when I was younger and I was struggling with getting my SAT exam. That is the equivalent of the Nigerian exam that we would take before getting into college. I struggled a little bit with getting my reading and my writing skills perfected to get into college. And I would practice over and over again. And I started writing and I started putting all my thoughts down. I wrote and I wrote and I wrote. And one day I already got the degree. I already passed the exam and I went off to college. So those books were just sitting down in my room. So my mom went into my room, saw one of the books and read those stories. And when I came back from school, my mom asked me, my mom said, "Did you write all these stories by yourself?" I said, "They are just a product of my thoughts. I just want to pass an exam." He said, "Do you know that what you wrote is what is happening in the life of so? On that day, I realized that I was just writing, but I was prophesying. Because when you allow your gift to flow freely, you are like a man who doesn't know. But you are serving it in your authenticity, you are serving it in your honesty, and you are serving it and letting it flow. Because you know there is something within you that can come out when you allow it to flow." I was shocked by that statement because my mom just told me what I was already thinking. In fact, that made me stop writing for a while. I don't want to be the one telling the complete story of somebody's life. But I realized there is another way you could channel that power. I begin to speak positive things. I begin to say positive things. And that positive keeps shaping my life, keeps shaping the destinies and the lives of people and the processes that I'm part of. Confidence. Because your confidence is how you signal your character. Because your confidence is the clue or the cue that the people who are looking for you will see to be able to find you. People are looking for you. They need what you carry. You carry light, you carry grace, you carry power, you carry energy. People are looking for what you carry. But what you carry can only be identified in your confidence. The story that comes to my mind was about Saul when he was looking for his father's sheep. And the prophet Samuel told him that he's going to find the sheep, that they already found the sheep, that now his father is looking for him. But he is going to become the king of Israel. That the confirmation of this prophecy for Saul will be that on his way, he's going to meet some set of people. One of them will give him something. One of them will tell him something. In our journey in life, we are like a man who doesn't know. The people that are looking for us, they are looking for your values. They are looking for your vision. They are looking for your vibes. They are looking at your passion. They are looking at your vigor. And they want to be able to see your signal of your confidence. Because that is what connects you to them. On his way, Saul met those people. Imagine if Saul has changed his own character. Imagine if he has changed his own dressing. Imagine if he has changed his own habits. Imagine if Saul has changed his title. Do you think those people would have been able to find him to give him what is in their hand? People are carrying something that will be beneficial to your destiny, and the way you signal your character to them is in your confidence. What do confident people have? Let's talk about what do confident people have. Confident people are self-aware. Self-aware. Confident people are self-aware. Be aware of your strengths. Be aware of your weaknesses. Be aware of your values. Be aware of what builds your courage. Be aware of the latch that help you to communicate effectively. Be aware of your calmness and the emotion that you are sensing within you. Be aware of your process, of your time, of your system, of your structure. That makes you consistent. Be aware of how you make people feel. Be aware of the feedback that you are getting from people. Be aware of the things that you impact on others that makes them say thank you. Be self-aware. Confident people are self-aware. Be confident and be self-aware. Know what you bring to the table. Like I said, every human carries something. Be self-aware and be confident. Know what you carry. You carry something. Don't tell me you don't carry anything. You carry something. And that something is a blessing to your generation. You were not created as an accident. You are created with a purpose, an answer within you to provide to your world. And that is what you carry. You carry light, you carry power, you carry energy, you carry grace, you carry blessing. The light that we carry, we ask to be carried in confidence. And the first place where we produce that confidence is being self-aware. Being self-aware of ourselves, of our strengths, of the effects that you generate on others. The second area you want to have is be confident and be self-advocate. You can generate effect on people, positive effect, and nobody will hear about it. Human beings are that selfish. You've been a blessing, you walk through a process with them. Maybe you're a pastor, you have partnered with them through a process, there was a result. They might not even call to thank you. How your ministration or how your prayers or how your knowledges or how your content benefited that process. That is human for you. But what you want to be confident about is that you want to self-advocate. Self-advocacy means being courageous enough to speak for yourself. You remember when I started, I said proud people, they talk a lot about themselves because they want to brag and get some attention to themselves. Insecure people, they do not want to talk about themselves. They focus a lot on what other thinks about them. They focus a lot about what other thinks about their idea. They focus a lot about what other thinks about the number of their followers. They focus a lot about what other thinks about the number of their subscribers. They focus a lot on what other things about their dressing. That is insecurity. When insecurity enters a room full of confident people, it calls them proud. Confidence means you know what you carry. And when somebody is not speaking about what you carry, you speak for yourself. You speak for yourself. Confident people self-advocate. They advocate for themselves. They advocate for their own dream. They advocate about their goal. They advocate about where they are going. The third thing that you want to know about confident people is that confident people self-talk. Be confident and self-talk. You want to talk to yourself. An example that comes to my mind is the prodigal son. That guy was bold. He approached his own father, who was still alive, collected all the inheritance that belonged to him, and traveled and wasted everything. And guess what? The guy came to his senses. He knew he carried something that would still connect him to his father. He knew the father still loved him. He knew the Father will still accept him. And he told himself, I'm going to go back to my Father. I'm going to tell my Father, I've sinned against you and heaven. Father, would you please accept me to be one of your servants? Self-talk. When you are afraid to do that thing, or when you are not confident to do that thing, talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. Jim, you can do better. You're smart. You're smart. You can do this. You can do this. You see all the people that you call confident, many of them have to pump themselves up. Be confident and pump yourself up. Be confident and talk to yourself. You can achieve that dream. You can gain that income. You can start that business. Yes. Yes, you can become that mayor of your city. Yes, no people that look like you have risen to that level. But yes, you want to serve, you have the art for it, you are developing your communication skill, you are owning you're sharpening your skills about economic development, and you're going to push out and you're going to launch your campaign. Because confident people talk to themselves first. That is what happens in the place of calmness. Confident people, they talk to themselves. They tell themselves, I can do it. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Confident people are aware, they are self-aware, they self-advocate, they self-talk, and confident people, they speak out, they confess, they speak out that confession. Oh, what you think of yourself should be based not on what others think about you, not on what your neighbor or your parents or your friends or your partners or even your people that are assigned to your destiny think about you. Because when you let people define you, they are going to keep you small. When you let people define you, they are going to keep you small. Remember what we said about human. So you want your definition to be bigger than yourself. You want your definition to be bigger than your past. You want your definition to be bigger than your history. You want your definition to be bigger than the history of your family. Because your definition is out of this world. Your definition is based on what God says about you. I want to wrap up this lesson on confidence. There are so many things on my notes that I couldn't cover today. An example that comes to my mind when it comes to confidence was David. I told you a lot of times that David is one of my favorites, and I can write several books on David. In that 1 Samuel 17, when David faced Goliath. Because being human is hard. Let's face reality. For you to be able to start that big income business, for you to be able to start that thing that is daring, it's hard. Even managing some challenges of life is hard. Relationship is not easy. There are times we are loving even to those who are imperfect. It's hard. But from the story of David, we saw a couple of lessons that we can take out that can help us to build confidence. Because confidence is being secured in your own self. You are not comparing yourself to others. The Bible says, he that compare themselves to others are not wise. Confidence is being secured in your own self. Confidence is being secured with your own purpose. Confidence is being secured in your own journey. Confidence is being assured about your calling. Confidence is being reassured about what you carry. Confidence is being confident about what you carry. Confidence is being creative in your purpose. Confidence builds your competence in a particular area. Confidence is balance in your own individual. Confidence is balance in your own individual. That was what David demonstrated when he faced Goliath in that 1 Samuel 17. The first thing that we knew about David is that he was self-aware. He knew the transferable skills that he was getting from taking care of the animals. The brothers told him, why are you at the battlefront? Why are you here? You always try to look for trouble. People are going to tell you to keep your mouth shut. People are going to tell you to keep yourself small. You have to tell yourself you can do it. And that was what David said. David just sidetracked his brothers. They were telling him to go back to the small animal. They even called it small animals to let him know that whatever experience and exposure and expertise he was getting from taking care of the animals doesn't match up with the energy on the battlefront. That is what people will tell you. Those are noises. David quickly realized those are noises. He was self-aware. He knew the skill and the experience that he got from taking care of the animals. And he went further to meet a stranger. He said, what is it? What is it that will be given to anyone that is able to challenge this man? And they told him. And David said, I can do it. When he stood in front of Saul, Saul said, you are a young lad. I don't think you can tackle this Goliath. He's a giant. He's experienced in war. David said, when the fox came, I tore it. When the lion came to get the animals, I tore it. Get experience, get exposure, get expertise. Repeat the process. Get experience, get exposures, get expertise. Repeat the process. By the time you repeat it over and over and over, you become confident in that area, because confidence builds your competence. Because David had gotten that experience of fighting the animal, he quickly realized that that energy can easily be transferable to the battlefront. The second thing we realized was that David advocated for himself. Speaking for yourself is confidence. Speaking about your skill, speaking about what you bring to the table, the beauty you bring to the table, your fashionista skill, your courage, talking about what you bring is confidence. And that is how you self-advocate for yourself. One thing that we also saw about David was that he had some postures. Confidence has a posture. Confidence is not being quiet about your capacity. When Goliath told him, I am going to kill you, I am going to deal with you, David responded. He didn't let that word drop. As soon as it dropped, David was confronting him and he said, I am going to deal with you. I'm going to cut your head and I'm going to give it to the bird of the air. Confidence has a posture. When people ask for your skill, don't say, oh, I don't think I can do it. Tell them, I've done it before. I will do it again. Tell them, I have some experience in that area. I will try and do it. That was what David did. He knew he had some experience in that area and he tried to do it, and he was confident enough to face Goliath. No wonder everything he said was going to happen happened. He was able to bring Goliath down. He cut off his head. He took his sword. And what David did after that experience was even more powerful. He cut Goliath's head, took it to the palace. But the sword, he kept it to himself. Be confident to pay attention to the skill and experience you are getting within an exposure. So how do you become confident? How do you become confident? Get experience. Get exposure. Volunteer to do things. Volunteer to help. If you're trying to develop a skill in a particular area and that opportunity is not available within your organization or in an area where you could develop it, volunteer somewhere else to get that experience. Because that experience will give you an opportunity to develop that skill, and your repetition will build your confidence. Confidence is a journey. People don't just become confident within a click. It's a journey. Sometimes the journey comes from what you wear. Sometimes the journey comes from your posture, your posing. You stand in front of the mirror, you confess to yourself, yes, I can do it. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. You one day you can do it. Jim, you can do it. Stella, you can do it. Confidence comes from confession. David didn't just stay there and was watching Goliath talking. Be confident and confess what you want. Be confident and confess what you want. Because what happens when you confess what you want is that you are creating it. In Genesis 1, when God said, let there be light, that word went forth and it started building that creative power. When you confess what you want, you are sending words out and it has a creative power. Be confident and confess. Speak the word. Speak what you want. Speak it out. In your relationship, be confident and self-advocate. Speak what you want. Speak your desire. Speak for yourself. If you are waiting for somebody to come and speak for you and market that your product, you are going to wait for too long. If you are waiting for somebody to come and market that your dream, you are waiting for too long. You have to speak for yourself. You have to validate yourself. So for David, we saw that David was self-aware. He was self-aware about his skill and experience. He was self-aware about his strength. He was self-aware about the noises. And he was self-aware about the voice. He knew whose voice counts in that battle. It was the voice of God. The only voice that counts in your calling, in your purpose, in your dream, in your goal is the voice of your Creator, nobody else. When you focus on that voice, you will become a powerful person of purpose. David focused on the voice of the only one whose voice matters on that subject. And that is why David continued to say, Goliath, you have come against the God of Israel. Because you have come against the God of Israel, I'm going to kill you. Because he knew the person who had called him and given him that template. When you know that the backing that you are having is not based on the people around you, is coming from out of this world, you show an unusual confidence. The look of confidence. Let's briefly talk about how confidence look like. And the example that I'm going to use is the example of Joseph when he wanted to appear before Pharaoh. You know, Joseph was self-aware. He knew that he had a glorious destiny. Joseph self-advocates. He told the butler and the cupbearer, don't forget me when you go back to your king. Joseph also talked to himself and he also confessed. And what does it look like when he appeared before Pharaoh? Confidence. The Bible made us understand he took care of his hair. When they invited him to come before Pharaoh, he took care of his looks. Take care of your looks. Take care of your posture. Take care of the way you look at people. Confidence is raising your shoulder. You make sure your head is well above your shoulder. When you see people carry their head above their shoulder, don't call them proud. Only insecure call confidence proud. If you are confident, when I see people who carry their head above their shoulder, I'm attracted to confident people. Because he knows that they are self-aware. They are self-advocates. And because they've advocated for themselves, they will be able to advocate for me. I'm attracted to confident people. Because they are self-aware, they are going to be empathic. Because they've been in that shoe, they know how it feels to understand a weakness. And they will know how to mentor. The posture of confidence, take care of your look. Take care of your position when you stand in front of kings. And take care of the choices of your words. Confidence is in the look. Confidence is in the hearing. Confidence is in the talking. The way you talk about yourself matters. Joseph stood in front of Pharaoh. He laid out the problem and he also laid out the solution. And he said, find a man who will be able to provide the solution. Who else will provide the solution if not you, Joseph? Confidence comes from all our 5 senses. The posture of confidence comes from every part of our body. The way you look, the way you carry your body, the way you speak. Hello, confident. Thank you for watching. And thank you for joining me on the app platform. This is the app platform. And thank you all our new subscribers if you have made it this far. That was a long one, but thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay well, self-advocate for yourself, self-talk to yourself, confess positively over your destiny, and be confident in your becoming.